Hi guys, it's Beverly. So I had a request to check out my yarn stash because I don't show the yarn stash in my background as a lot of crafters do, or crocheters or knitters. I have a smaller house. My house is about 1,100 square feet, so I have a small house. And so you can see back here, this is the closet, and I have quite a bit of my yarn in there. And then around, I guess you would say, the perimeter of the room. It's kind of messy, but it's in bags. And like I've talked about before, I like to put projects I'm planning to work on in a bag, a project bag, with the pattern and the yarn, so I don't stack it on my shelves. Then I have a bag with blacks and navies. I have a section with pink and blue. I have a section where I have miscellaneous one skein colors. I have a section where I have like all turquoise and teals, and then I have a section that has the whites, the grays, and maybe some taupes. And then I have a miscellaneous Christmas yarns and other items. So rather, I don't have the space to, put up a bookshelf and stack yarn, because again, I like it in project bags. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the tour. Keep what I just said in mind. It's not going to be the neatest. So thanks for watching, you guys. Love you. Bye. Okay, so here we have, this is my cabinet with my yarns in it that's in my closet. This is a little thing that one of my friends gave me because I sew and stuff. There's my sewing basket. It's a Longaberger basket, and it says, "You're so special." Then there's my ball winder. Then in here, in this drawer here, I have different miscellaneous one skeins in different colors. Like this first one here, this Bernat Super Value, I got that from Christie's Closet. And some of these other yarns, I just think they're so pretty, so I just picked up individual skeins. In this, I have different maybe turquoise and aquas, and let's see, what do they call this color? But you can tell they're all kind of in that shade family. And just like over here, I showed you, or I'll be showing you, that first bag there is all blacks and navies. In this, I have grays, white, and below there I think there's some tan or buff colors. In the bottom, I have some reds and greens for Christmas, and then I have some woods and mirror woods. And then this blue, this is kind of a light blue skein. I picked it up at a yard sale, and I know I'm getting in my own shadow. Okay, so in this back corner is some red, some black, some pink and blue acrylic yarns. Down here is my great aunt's sewing basket, and some wool. Mostly your thick and quick wools from Lion Brand. Then I have down here an organza bag of yarn that I got from Ophelia Talks. It's Stylecraft DK acrylic yarn. In this tote bag, which is a tote bag, hope I can show you it. Charles Wysocki is my favorite artist, and I got some Charles Wysocki fabric. There's a red barn. And I made a tote bag. Inside the tote bag, this is some yarn that I got from Eat Sleep Knits, and I'm going to be showing that in a video. Inside here, which is kind of dark, I have some of that acrylic rag, R-A-G-G yarn. Over here in this bag, I have a pattern from Creative Grandma, and I'm going to be making some loveys. Up here, that button box is from my mother. And then below that is my cross stitch thread or embroidery thread. And then I have a Longaberger basket. Longaberger baskets are my absolute favorite, and I have lots and lots of those. Now over on this side, this pink and blue yarn, and there's some white there. I'm going to be using that for a project that I'm doing for the cruise. Inside this Santa bag is some, what's it called? Super Saver. That's the whole thing that's in it. Super Saver Aran Fleck. Because a lot of my projects that I do for my shop, Etsy shop, are made in that yarn. In this red sack, I have some yarns that I'm going to use to make this pattern for the cruise. This is the corner to corner crochet motif blanket, and I'm going to be doing a tutorial. So remember, I told you put the yarn together in a bag with the pattern. Now this box here, you've seen it many times. It's mostly the Just yarn from Premier and the Dollar Tree. And in this tote bag is that blanket that I've been making for Nan's Next Knots. Up here, this is the yarn that I'm giving away for my Podiversary. You can hear him out of breath. And inside this bag is the Premier tweed, Serenity tweed, and I got the pattern in the bag, see? And this is the pattern, the chevron, eyelet chevron blanket. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on that. There's my Premier bag, it's empty. There's my Cinnamon Stitches bag, and it's empty. Over here, I have my tool that I use to make scrubbies. And finally, this is the stash that I have set aside beside my bed that I use at night before I go to sleep. And I'm making an art and throw out of Karen cakes. Okay, inside of this cabinet, I have sock yarn. Here's a skein that kind of came apart I'm working on. In the back, I have some Burnett Pop, but most of this is sock yarn. And then this is a bag from Tea Doddles that's got some socks yarn in it. This is the leftover yarn from the top that I made. That yarn in the back is some skeins that I'm planning on giving away. There might be some wool in those. And then these 3 cakes, I'm going to use those to make a top. And then in the back I have some Mandela tweed that I got in a mystery. And then down here is some project bags. And over here on the right is a couple of those yarn cozies that you keep the skeins from going. There was 3 in there, and I'm already using one of them. And in the back, in the back is some There we go. This is some of the colorscapes, I think, from Red Heart. And I have a couple projects in mind for those. And this yarn here is some yarn that I'm going to use to knit a football hat. This is my work area. And I'm working on a project with cotton yarn. The white yarn is for a lovey that I'm making. You're going to see that later. The blue with the knitted cable is a washcloth. And then I have my project bag that I received from All Things Knit from Kit.